Donald Trump expressed his disappointment with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's complaint about being excluded from peace talks between the U.S. and Russia. He asserted that a more competent negotiator could have secured a deal years ago, minimizing territorial losses. Trump controversially blamed Ukraine for the invasion, stating that Zelenskyy should have pursued a deal and avoided initiating the conflict. He criticized Zelensky's demand for inclusion in peace talks, highlighting Ukraine's prolonged involvement in the conflict. Trump further echoed Russia's call for Ukrainian elections, falsely claiming Zelensky's approval rating was at a mere 4%, in stark contrast to the 57% trust rating revealed by a February poll. He hinted at a potential meeting with Vladimir Putin later this month. Zelenskyy, conversely, has advocated for equitable negotiations involving Ukraine, the European Union, and Turkey. His demand underscores Ukraine's desire for a voice in shaping its own future and emphasizes the importance of international collaboration in resolving the conflict. The ongoing situation highlights the significant geopolitical complexities and contrasting perspectives surrounding the war in Ukraine. The call for inclusive and fair negotiations emphasizes the need for a diplomatic solution that respects the sovereignty and interests of all parties involved. The conflict's prolonged nature underscores the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution that avoids further loss of life and destruction. The diverse perspectives presented underscore the challenges inherent in navigating international conflicts and achieving lasting peace. A federal judge has ordered the Department of Justice to explain the sudden dismissal of corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Adams faced indictments for allegedly accepting illegal campaign donations and travel perks in exchange for favoring the Turkish government. He vehemently denies these allegations. The intricacies of this case necessitate a thorough examination of the evidence presented and the rationale behind the decision to dismiss the charge. The legal proceedings raise questions regarding the balance between due process and the pursuit of justice. The case highlights the importance of transparency and accountability in the judicial system. The judge's order to explain the dismissal emphasizes the need for clarity and justification for such actions. The details of the case underscore the complexities of political corruption and the challenges in prosecuting such cases effectively. The Trump administration's termination of legal aid for unaccompanied migrant children raises serious concerns about their welfare. This decision, according to experts, increases the risk of child trafficking and exploitation. The abrupt cessation of support, exceeding even advocates' expectations of potential cutbacks, leaves vulnerable children without crucial legal assistance. The absence of legal representation significantly increases the likelihood of these children facing immediate removal orders for failure to appear at hearings. IMDEF's chief program officer, Ileana Johansson Mendes, expressed alarm at the decision's scope and the increased vulnerability of the children. The implications of this policy shift are far-reaching and demand a thorough examination of its potential long-term consequences. The heightened risk of trafficking and exploitation is a grave concern that underscores the need for comprehensive protection measures for vulnerable children. The sudden termination of legal aid leaves many vulnerable children at increased risk of harm and exploitation. Donald Trump's executive order aiming to reduce in vitro fertilization costs has sparked controversy, likely angering anti-abortion activists. This move highlights the complex interplay between healthcare policy, reproductive rights, and political ideologies. The potential for increased access to IVF raises ethical and moral questions. The intersection of reproductive healthcare with political agendas generates debates about the role of government intervention in personal reproductive choices. Trump's executive order underscores the ongoing debate regarding reproductive rights and access to assisted reproduction. The decision is likely to intensify existing divisions within society. The policy's implications require a nuanced analysis of its impact on various segments of society. The Trump administration's threat to cut federal funding for U.S. schools and universities that don't scrap diversity initiatives within 2 weeks has ignited widespread controversy. This action has far-reaching implications for educational equality and diversity efforts. The imposition of a tight deadline suggests a deliberate attempt to curtail diversity programs. Critics argue that this move undermines efforts to create inclusive learning environments. The threat of funding cuts could disproportionately affect institutions with robust diversity programs, potentially exacerbating existing inequalities. The directive challenges established norms in higher education. This policy shift demands careful consideration of its potential negative costs. The controversy highlights the ongoing debates surrounding affirmative action and diversity initiatives. Renewable energy sources accounted for a record 10% of China's gross domestic product, GDP, in 2024, driven primarily by solar power, electric vehicles EVs, and batteries. EVs and batteries constituted the most substantial portion, contributing an estimated 39% of the clean energy sector's overall value. This achievement, China's investment in clean technology, has accelerated its transition toward a more sustainable economy. The data underscores the growing global importance of renewable energy. This progress highlights China's commitment to addressing climate change. The remarkable growth in China's clean energy sector demonstrates the potential for economic growth and environmental sustainability to coexist. Sencha Black, a non-alcoholic beverage promoting GABA for focus and relaxation, has received mixed reviews. Descriptions range from comparisons to Chinese medicine and Hungarian liqueur to a drink one's grandfather might enjoy. The beverage's purported health benefits, associated with improved sleep, relaxation, and reduced anxiety, are based on the effects of GABA, a neurotransmitter in the brain. The varied reactions highlight the subjective nature of taste and indiv. The product's marketing emphasizes its potential to enhance cognitive function and emotional well-being. The drink's reception emphasizes the complexity of consumer preferences and the challenge of accurately predicting market response to novel products. Denise Cheung, head of criminal prosecutions in Washington, resigned after refusing to launch a politically motivated investigation into climate spending under the Biden administration. Officials allegedly sought to scrutinize Environmental Protection Agency contracts and halt funding. Cheung's resignation underscores the importance of upholding ethical standards in government investigations. Her refusal to participate in what she deemed a politically motivated inquiry reflects her commitment to professional integrity. The incident highlights the potential for political interference in regulatory oversight. Cheung's actions serve as an example of responsible conduct in public service. The situation underscores the importance of protecting the integrity of government investigations. New research indicates that wild fish, specifically sea bream, can distinguish between individuals based on their clothing. While this ability has been observed in domestic animals, this finding expands our understanding of animal perception. The study highlights the sophisticated sensory capability. This discovery raises questions about the extent of animal cognition and perception. The research's implications for understanding animal behavior and sensory systems are significant. The ability to differentiate between individuals based on visual cues is a complex cognitive skill.